MS-13, and many other gangs. These are animals. These aren't people.
Behind me stands the world's strictest and largest prison, a massive facility designed to hold up to 40,000 inmates. Within these walls are some of the most dangerous individuals imaginable, people responsible for ending countless lives, from 5 to 10 or even more than 50. Many of them belong to notorious gangs like MS-13, ruthless criminals often described as more animal than human, psychopaths and sociopaths with no regard for life. This is the infamous prison known as CECOT, located in El Salvador, a facility built specifically to house the country's most violent offenders. Once prisoners enter, they are never expected to leave. There is no way out. El Salvador, a small nation of just 6 million people, once suffered under the grip of powerful gangs that terrorized its streets. In March 2022, under President Nayib Bukelle's administration, a historic crackdown was launched against these criminal organizations. Over 70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's adult population, were arrested within just 16 months. Thousands of chain gang members were transported to CECOT in tightly coordinated nighttime operations, sitting in rows with their heads lowered, forming a single mass under the watchful eyes of armed guards. None dared to resist. Their lives changed in an instant. In this documentary, we will interview one of them, a notorious gang leader known as Psycho. We only have 10 minutes. Built in 2022, this colossal prison spans 410 acres and consists of 8 separate modules. Each module pair is enclosed by 2 3-meter-high walls lined with razor wire. Surrounding the entire facility is an imposing 9-meter-high perimeter wall, reinforced with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers stand guard, ensuring that nothing escapes notice. The design of CECOT doesn't just prevent escape, it erases the very possibility of it. To enter the prison, we must pass through layers of strict security. Soldiers stop us at multiple checkpoints, verifying our credentials. Signal jammers block all communications within a 2-kilometer radius, ensuring complete isolation from the outside world. Over 600 soldiers are stationed around the perimeter, dedicated solely to preventing breaches. Before stepping inside, we are required to leave all personal belongings behind, carrying only our cameras and microphones. Even wedding rings must be removed. The security process is meticulous. A high-capacity X-ray scanner, capable of revealing bones and internal organs, is used to inspect both visitors and new inmates. This ensures that no one attempts to smuggle in contraband, whether hidden on their bodies or swallowed before arrival. In the past, prisoners have attempted to sneak in weapons, micro SD cards, microchips, and even phone chargers. After an additional thorough body search, including shoe and sock inspections, we are finally allowed to proceed. Despite being invited as media, it takes us nearly an hour just to clear security. Inside, the prison staff wears masks to conceal their identities, fearing retribution from gang members who still maintain powerful connections outside. For them, working at CECOT is a life-threatening job. Why did you wear a mask? I ask one of the officials. His response is chilling. I have to talk to them face to face, look them in the eye. They already know who I am. We enter the registration area, a place where inmates officially lose their identity. Many criminals are captured without ID or deliberately provide false names. Here, their fingerprints and photographs are taken, permanently enrolling them into the system. Once processed, all contact with the outside world is severed. Family visits are strictly forbidden. Tragically, some innocent individuals were mistakenly arrested during the mass crackdown. With no way to communicate, their families remain unaware of their fate. And for some, this documentary may be the first time they catch a glimpse of their missing loved ones. Before reaching the inmate modules, we visit the prison's armory, a crucial part of maintaining security in a facility filled with the world's most dangerous criminals. Officers are equipped with T-65 rifles, similar to the N16, as well as 12-gauge shotguns and SIG Sauer rifles for maneuvering in tight spaces. Various cuffs and chains are used when transporting inmates, ensuring they remain restrained at all times. Have there been riots? I ask. So far, no escape attempts, a guard replies. We house the worst of the worst here. Riot gear is essential in such an environment. Officers wear helmets with face shields, neck guards, anti-trauma vests, shin guards, and reinforced boots to protect against makeshift weapons crafted by inmates, sharpened toothbrushes, metal spikes, and homemade knives. Every precaution is taken to ensure the safety of the prison staff. As we moved deeper into the facility, we board a bus to reach the module area. Inside, 1,000 staff members work tirelessly to maintain control. Even if an inmate were to miraculously escape the heavily guarded walls, the prison grounds have an additional security measure: intentionally placed loose pebbles. Every step on these stones creates noise, acting as an alarm system to prevent any silent movements. Has anyone tried to escape? I ask. The response is firm. No, they wouldn't even dare. Breaking through the security rings of CECOT is nearly impossible. The prison was deliberately built in an isolated area with its own electrical and sewage systems, ensuring complete self-sufficiency. In the event of a power outage or water supply destruction, backup systems and power plants can keep the facility operational for up to a week. As we prepare to enter one of the prison's modules, anticipation and tension fill the air. We are about to come face to face with some of the most dangerous criminals in the world. The atmosphere is overwhelming. Ahead of us, the third and fourth modules stand side by side. Once an inmate enters these buildings, they never leave through these doors again. In just a few steps, we will be surrounded by over 2,500 prisoners. It feels like stepping into the heart of controlled chaos. The intensity is palpable. Their eyes track my every movement, unblinking, analyzing. Making eye contact with them is unnerving. There are so many, and the sheer presence of them leaves me speechless. Every inmate wears the same uniform: white shirts, shorts, and slippers. They own nothing else. Most of them are barely in their 20s, yet they have been convicted of some of the most serious crimes imaginable. Even history's most notorious criminals often have 20 to 30 confirmed victims. But here, some inmates are responsible for the deaths of hundreds of innocent people. I want to ask the inmates a question. Can I speak to them? I ask. The response is immediate. No. If you have any questions, I'll answer them for you. What if they try to speak to me? I won't allow it, the officer replies firmly. They understand that breaking protocol could lead to consequences. I'm eager to know which gang leader I'll be interviewing, but we are given strict instructions. We must not cross the yellow line. These are some of the most dangerous people on the planet. Without the bars between us, everyone here knows exactly what could happen. CECOT consists of 8 massive modules, each containing 32 cells. Each cell is designed to hold 80 inmates, though in some cases, the number rises to 150. Even though the prison has not yet reached full capacity, each prisoner has just 0.5 square meters of personal space. There is no fresh air, no ventilation, no courtyard for exercise. The inmates will never step outside, never feel the warmth of sunlight on their skin again. Only prison personnel and, on rare occasions, members of the media are permitted to enter and leave. For the prisoners, this building is their final world. Looking into their eyes, I see nothing. No hope, no emotion. They appear robotic, their lives reduced to monotonous routines. Their toilet area is nothing more than an open corner with 2 toilets shared among 80 inmates. The same place they use to relieve themselves is also where they wash. But for the people who terrorized El Salvador, this is now their permanent home. These criminals robbed innocent people of their right to live, and now they are paying the price. The Salvadoran government has sent a clear message. Crime will no longer be tolerated, and punishment will be severe. El Salvador was once one of the most dangerous countries in the world. At its peak, the homicide rate reached 104 deaths per 100,000 people in a single year. Previous administrations tried negotiating with gangs, but peace never lasted. However, under the current government, a different approach has been taken. By 2023, the murder rate had dropped to just 2.4 per 100,000, making El Salvador one of the safest countries in the world for the first time in modern history. The results are undeniable. Streets once ruled by fear are now at peace. But at what cost? What about those who may have been wrongfully imprisoned? Is this true justice, or just another way to control the chaos? Are we witnessing a permanent solution, or merely a temporary fix? For now, the world is watching. Thank you for watching this documentary. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. True Crime Exposure was here.